Hi, it's Sabine from Pangolin Photo Safaris. Guess what? Canon South Africa has brought the R7 for us to test out in the field. Not for very long though, and it is a pre-production model, so this won't be a full-on review, but my first impressions on how the body feels and handles, on how the autofocus system performs in wildlife photography. And as always, I will show you plenty of wildlife images taken with the R7 right here in Chobe National Park. Together with its baby brother, the EOS R10, the R7 belongs to Canon's mirrorless aps-c crop sensor cameras. It is a high-resolution 32 million pixel camera that can shoot up to 15 frames per second in mechanical shutter and up to 30 frames per second in electronic shutter, right on par with the R3. The limitation being though that in 30 frames per second the RAW files will be reduced to 12-bit instead of 14-bit. It features a 1.6 million dot screen, it has in-body stabilization, autofocus up to -5 EV and the maximum shutter speed is 8,000 of a second. The camera has two identical card slots, which are both SD cards, and they can either take the regular SD cards or the faster UHS 2 SD cards. The battery inside is same as in the R5 and R6, an LPE6 NH battery. And for video, the R7 shoots 4K 60 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second oversampled from 7K, and Full HD 120 frames per second. Enthusiasts will be happy to hear that C-Log 3 is available and that there is no 30-minute time limit. Now to the handling and feel. The camera body weighs in at only 560 grams, so it's nice and small and compact, but it still maintains the nice grip as we are used to from Canon camera bodies. It has an articulated screen, which in combination with the lightweight is perfect for those low-angle shots. And the menu is structured in the same intuitive way that we are used to from Canon cameras. It offers plenty of customization options for the buttons and dials on the camera, which Canon has made some design changes to. The quick control dial is now situated around the smart multi-controller, which might need to take some readjusting if you come from previous Canon cameras. And what I really like is that they have included a dedicated video switch that comes together with the on and off button on the top of the camera. If you are someone that likes to shoot back button, you will also have to get used to the new design and slightly smaller back buttons in the back of the camera, which obviously help to maintain the compact and small size of the camera body. The viewfinder is clear and bright, and if you prefer, Canon gives you the option to simulate an optical viewfinder. Other than that, you will have the usual benefits of an electronic viewfinder, like simulating the exposure, the color, and even viewing your images inside the viewfinder when it is very bright ambient light. Canon also states that the R7 has a certain degree of weather sealing. How much I'm not exactly sure, but definitely less than the R5 and R6 bodies have. When shooting in full RAW with the electronic shutter in high-speed continuous, the buffer fills quite quickly. I only managed to get roughly 30 to 40 images. If I used compressed RAW instead, about 50 images, and in JPEG around 70 images before the buffer hits. All right, let's talk autofocusing. I have tested the R7 with quite a few different RF lenses, but I think my favorite must be probably the 100 to 500. Autofocus works extremely well, fast. The R7 has got all the autofocus area modes that we know from the other mirrorless systems, the R5 and R6. It has subject tracking, it has animal eye tracking, people eye tracking, vehicle tracking. And the animal eye tracking seemed, for me, as I tested the camera, very similar to the one of the R5 and R6. I do like that I can assign at least two back buttons for different focus options, one with my animal eye tracking and then the other one for my regular single spot focus. The joystick works really smoothly to shift the focus point around, something that is very important because we need to be quick to be on the subject. Autofocus is possible until -5 EV. We will get a little bit more into detail with that on our full review, which will come out hopefully soon if we get our hands on the R7 again. All right, let's have a look at the image quality. The 32 million pixels offer a lot of detail. If we look at the images, they're nice and sharp. There's plenty of detail. The colors are beautiful, like typical Canon color science, a lot of color depth, beautiful colors straight out of camera, even in the JPEG files. Because it is a pre-production model, I could not open the RAW files yet. So we will see later on exactly how that looks, but the JPEGs, I'm really impressed with the image quality. And also in our full-on review coming out soon, we will look a little bit more at the noise, how grainy the images are or not. But the JPEGs look really beautiful, and if you like to see more of them, stick around to the end of the video where we will blend in a few more images taken on the R7 camera. So if you own an 80D, a 90D or a 70 Mark II and you were thinking of migrating to the mirrorless system, I think the R7 will be a very nice camera for you, as it falls more or less in the same price range. The confirmed price in euros is 1,500. With tax and exchange rate, that will probably roughly be somewhere between 1,700, 1,800 US dollars. And that is a very fair price for what you get in this camera. And I think it will make wildlife photography much more accessible to a bigger audience of people. And I also think that in combination with either the 100-400 RF or the 100-500 RF lens, this combination will fly off the shelves. It is light, it is compact, it has everything you need, fast focus, super sharpness. I think for someone that doesn't want to pay the big bucks for prime lenses and bigger camera bodies, this will be a very, very nice combination. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out when the full review of the R7 is coming. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.